Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The organization that is the governing authority of a political unit. The matter was referred to higher authorities. The act of governing, exercising authority. He had considerable experience of government. The organization that is the governing authority of a political unit. The government reduced taxes. The study of government of states and other political units. Government, the system or form by which a community or other political unit is governed. Tyrannical government. The organization that is the governing authority of a political unit. Medicine, a systematic plan for therapy, often including diet. The form of government of a social organization. A politically organized unit. Shrewd or crafty management of public affairs. We was innocent of stratagems and polity. Government by the military and an army. A group of diverse companies under common ownership and run as a single organization. The domain ruled by an emperor or empress, the region over which imperial dominion is exercised. A group of countries under a single authority. The British created a great empire. A monarchy with an emperor as head of state. An eating apple that somewhat resembles a Macintosh, used as both an eating and a cooking apple. The government of the Roman Catholic Church. Administer a pontifical office. Talk in a dogmatic and pompous manner. The new professor always pontificates. A large and stately mansion. A large ornate exhibition hall. Official residence of an exalted person, as a sovereign. The governing group of a kingdom. The palace issued an order binding on all subjects. The government of the Roman Catholic Church. A government that subordinates the individual to the state and strictly controls all aspects of life by coercive measures. A government that concentrates political power in an authority not responsible to the people. A government with strong central powers. A government that concentrates political power in an authority not responsible to the people. Government by the military and an army. The government of a state in the United States. A temporary government moved to or formed in a foreign land by exiles who hope to rule when their country is liberated. A government that subordinates the individual to the state and strictly controls all aspects of life by coercive measures. Indicate through a symbol, formula, etc. The territory occupied by a nation. A politically organized body of people under a single government. The state has elected a new president. Chemistry. The three traditional states of matter are solids, fixed shape and volume, and liquids, fixed volume and shaped by the container, and gases, filling the container. The solid state of water is called ice. The territory occupied by one of the constituent administrative districts of a nation. His state is in the deep south. Put before. The federal department in the United States that sets and maintains foreign policies. Express in words. State your opinion. A state of depression or agitation. He was in such a state you just couldn't reason with him. The group of people comprising the government of a sovereign state. The state has lowered its income tax. The way something is with respect to its main attributes. The current state of knowledge. The sovereign and his advisors who are the governing power of a state. The family and retinue of a sovereign or prince. A government that is appointed by and whose affairs are directed by an outside authority that may impose hardships on those governed. A government that is appointed by and whose affairs are directed by an outside authority that may impose hardships on those governed. Non-elective government officials. A government that is administered primarily by bureaus that are staffed with non-elective officials. Any organization in which action is obstructed by insistence on unnecessary procedures and red tape. Australian woman tennis player who won many major championships, born in 1947. Seek someone's favor. A room in which a law court sits. Television cameras were admitted in the courtroom. An area wholly or partly surrounded by walls or buildings. The house was built around an inner court. A tribunal that is presided over by a magistrate or by one or more judges who administer justice according to the laws. The sovereign and his advisors who are the governing power of a state. Respectful deference. Pay court to the emperor. A hotel for motorists, provides direct access from rooms to parking area. Make amorous advances towards. John is courting Mary. The family and retinue of a sovereign or prince. An assembly, including one or more judges, to conduct judicial business. A specially marked horizontal area within which a game is played. Players had to reserve a court in advance. Engage in social activities leading to marriage. We were courting for over 10 years. The residence of a sovereign or nobleman. The king will visit the duke's court. A political and social system that no longer governs, especially the system that existed in France before the French Revolution. A government that is appointed by and whose affairs are directed by an outside authority that may impose hardships on those governed. A street of Westminster in London. The British government. The government of a local area. The persons, or committees or departments etc., who make up a body for the purpose of administering something. An ordered manner. Orderliness by virtue of being methodical and well organized. His compulsive organization was not an endearing quality. The act of forming or establishing something. He still remembers the organization of the club. The activity or result of distributing or disposing persons or things properly or methodically. His organization of the workforce was very efficient. A group of people who work together. The act of organizing a business or an activity related to a business. He was brought in to supervise the organization of a new department. An organized structure for arranging or classifying. The facts were familiar, but it was in the organization of them that he was original. The persons, or committees or departments etc., who make up a body for the purpose of administering something. An ordered manner. Orderliness by virtue of being methodical and well organized. The act of forming or establishing something. The activity or result of distributing or disposing persons or things properly or methodically. A group of people who work together. The act of organizing a business or an activity related to a business. An organized structure for arranging or classifying. The persons, or committees or departments etc., who make up a body for the purpose of administering something. He claims that the present administration is corrupt. The act of meting out justice according to the law. The act of governing, exercising authority. The tenure of a president. Things were quiet during the Eisenhower administration. A method of tending to or managing the affairs of some group of people, especially the group's business affairs. The act of administering medication. Persons who administer justice. The system of law courts that administer justice and constitute the judicial branch of government.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.